This is MMA Math.
How are you, Joe?
I'm good.
All right. In today's episode, we take a closer look at one of the many great fights scheduled for UFC 236. Also, in the aftermath, we'll revisit the Darren Till Jorge Masvidal fight. So, Joe, we have two interim championship fights. Let's do one of these for now. What do you think?
Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier is a good fight.
Yeah, I agree. It's a good fight. However, it's sort of bizarre in a way. It's only been 6 months since Khabib took Conor out, and the UFC is already scheduling an interim title. I mean, you would think they would give him at least 9 months, if not a year. Not only that, Max doesn't even fight at lightweight. He's the featherweight champion. I imagine, Joe, I imagine that there are other fighters in the top 5 right now that are probably not happy about this. Also, we've seen a version of this fight already. They fought 7 years ago. And for this rematch, Joe, we're going to Atlanta, Georgia, here in the States. Max will make the long flight from Hawaii, and Dustin will make the short flight from Louisiana. All right, Joe, let's begin with the current featherweight champion, Max Holloway. Max right now is the most active champion in the UFC. He's defended 4 times. However, as I said, he's going up to 155, so he's not defending the belt. He's fighting for another one. Also, as I said earlier, this is a rematch, and Max did lose to Dustin. However, that was on Max's first fight in the UFC. He was 20 years old, and the fight was at 145. So, Joe, is it going to take a 155er to stop his streak? Is it going to take someone who's beat him already?
I think he's excited. I think he's this is a great opportunity for him. Less stress, right? Because you don't really have a lot of that pressure on you to defend your own bout. You're going up, a weight class to take somebody else's and to avenge a loss. So I think he's excited for the opportunity. Can make history, grab another bout, avenge a loss. So I think he's excited. He's on a good streak.
And let's look at Dustin Poirier. He stands at number 3 in the UFC rankings. He's been in there with the elite of the division. However, there's a lot on the line on this one, Joe. It's an interim title, and if he plays his cards right and wins this fight, it will almost guarantee him a shot at Khabib. He's fighting a fighter he's already beat. What's his mentality, Joe? What kind of mindset he's coming into this fight with?
I think he's also excited. He's finally there fighting for a bout. That's what you work your whole career for, to fight for those titles. And it's his time now. He finally got the opportunity to do it. Obviously, there's a little bit more pressure on him, because he already beat this guy. So you're giving this guy another crack at you. And that was Max's first fight. So he's definitely got some pressure on him. But he has to be excited as well because he's got the opportunity to fight for the interim title.
So, Joe, did size play a role in that first fight, and is it going to have a role in this one?
I don't know if size played a role in the first fight. I think experience maybe, possibly did. It was Max's first fight. Got those UFC jitters. He was a young 20-year-old too. He looked like a baby-faced kid. So I don't think it came down to size. I think it was just experience. And, obviously Dustin was a better fighter. He finished that fight fairly easy once he took it to the ground.
Are they different fighters now? Is that first fight irrelevant? Is it how Max says, was that first fight when they were kids? What is the major difference in the second fight, Joe?
Yeah, I think that first fight kind of is irrelevant. It was so long ago. Both guys are different fighters now. But that same outcome can happen if Dustin, I think he does have an advantage on the ground. If he can take the fight down, that could be the deciding factor in this fight.